Welcome into Same But Different. Yes! We are reviewing Monkey Man today, and I'm super excited about it because we don't often get to review movies that we see immediately afterwards, and also movies that just came out. So this is just, I'm amped. Let's not tire you out too quickly before you get to say anything. Brody, please tell me what you thought of Dev Patel's Monkey Man.
I enjoyed this movie.
Okay.
I think that the story was really well done, which isn't always the case with revenge movies and isn't even necessarily necessary when it comes to revenge movies. But this one did it really well. It had a really good story. I cared very much about his journey. I think that the acting across the board was just fine. Everyone did a good job.
Good job.
But I don't think this movie called for any really, really great acting. Aside from the flashbacks and then the dream sequences and stuff, that was all really powerful stuff. But it was just an action movie that didn't require any crazy good performances, so you didn't really get any.
What? I think Dev Patel killed it.
I mean, he did a good job.
Good job.
It just didn't strike me as anything extraordinary. The soundtrack was a bop. I found the soundtrack very fun. The script, it was smart. It was quick. It had little tidbits of humor inserted in there. It was very sharp. I really enjoyed the script. I didn't mind the beginning of this movie because it takes a while to get us where this movie wanted us to be at. But when you get there, whoo, does it pay off?
Yeah, it pops off.
Pops off hard, and it pops off for like almost probably 20 minutes of nonstop, high octane, crazy action. Really, really cool stuff. A fish gets a jump scare.
Oh, you guys made me eat.
Which was really funny. I laughed out loud. I don't know if that was meant to be funny, but it was wicked. It was wicked, that whole scene and what the movie brought us to. Mm-hmm. And then it reverted.
Back to the beginning, or what do you mean?
Yeah, it's like Act 1 was all exposition, all character development, all let's get you through this. Let's trudge through the mud, and I don't mind that because it was good stuff. And it finally got us to a point where I'm like, this is the movie I saw in the trailers. And it delivered that for a while, and then it went back to the Act 1 stuff. Looking at this movie, there's only 2 action scenes in the whole movie. And it's the end of Act 1, and it's the climax of the movie. And everything else is story and character work. Important stuff. Don't get me wrong. It's not what I wanted out of this movie. It's not what I expected out of this movie.
What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want?
Okay. You just didn't like the Act 2 dip. Did it break the pacing for you at all? Or is it just because you wanted a pure action film?
It's tough to say.
Because I think after he falls into the water, no spoilers, I think that Act 2 segment is just like extremely essential to the story because it's about him being reborn, rebuilt, coming back as better than he was before. Because, you know, at one point we were watching it and Victoria's like, when does he actually get good and start kicking ass? And then I just think Act 2, that's what needed to happen. It needed to happen, and then we get Act 3 and then it just pops the fuck off again.
Pop one off. There you go. Pop it off.
Yeah, you're right. And that's what I'm saying is I liked the story. I liked the progression of this movie. I truly did. Once we got that payoff, I wanted it to stay that level. Maybe not the pure action, high octane, nonstop all the time, but I wanted more than 2 action scenes out of this movie. I just expected more. The trailer made this seem like more of an action movie, and it had some awesome action in it, but an hour and a half of this 2-hour movie was not action. And then comes my major gripe with this movie. It's the shaky cam. But it's specifically the editing of the overall movie, but the shaky cam comes into play there a lot. I understand why directors use shaky cam. It makes choreography easier, it covers up mistakes, it's intuitive, it makes the camera feel like a person in the fight. I don't mind shaky cam sometimes, I truly don't. But that's all this movie was.
Disagree.
Can't disagree with facts.
Hyperbolizing. It's not all shaky cam, but go ahead.
Even the parts that aren't action are shaky cam, and like 15 cuts in 10 seconds. Like it's too heavily edited. It just moves too fast all of the time. You genuinely couldn't see sometimes what was happening in front of you. You just saw the end of it. You just saw the result. I don't know. I enjoyed the movie. I did. I liked the tone. I liked the way the story unfolded. I just don't think it worked in tandem with the action side of what this movie should have been. But it is a directorial debut, and I do come at this with some of that in my mentality and I guess forgiveness, because who am I to forgive Dev Patel? I guess I just expected more. The trailer made this out to be something different, and maybe if I went into this with the mindset that it was almost a drama and almost a coming of age story.
In spite of her unrelenting awkwardness and a handful of unfortunate encounters, Nadine finally gets the attention of the boy she has a crush on.
Before it was an action, I might have enjoyed this more, but that wasn't, unfortunately, how I went into this movie.
That's crazy talk.
I gave this 6.5 out of 10.
Okay.
It was better than just all right, but it didn't quite make great or something I liked or something I would rewatch.
This is going to be same but different because I'm going to rewatch this movie several times. I think upon a second or third viewing, I'm going to catch things that I didn't catch the first time around. As far as
because you couldn't see it the first time.
Stop it. Get some help.
No, I mean with like lore and detail and things. Whatever. Let me address that concern really quick. There is shaky cam sequences in here, but it is not as bad as you say it is, where it's every single fight all of the time.
Yeah, it is.
Okay? No, it's not. There are sequences and there are moments where we get a nice tripod or at least like floating camera where we get a really cool wide or an overhead shot of him just kicking ass, and it looks so good. And that's the fighting that I prefer. So it's almost like there were two cinematographers going at this, one with a handheld and one with an easy rig. Then they cut it all together at the end. But it's not all shaky cam. Don't listen to this idiot.
Who, me?
Yeah, you bozo.
Who, this guy?
Stop it. Get some help.
I also want to address your other big concern. The trailer promised you wall-to-wall action, and you didn't get that. Trailers are supposed to overpromise, I think, a little bit. They're marketing techniques, right? So it got me too. I was expecting way more action than we got, for sure. There were two major action sequences that lasted a very long time.
Yes.
But over the course of the runtime of the movie seemed pretty minuscule. However, I really, really liked that.
I like it a lot.
I liked how it wasn't wall-to-wall action. I liked how we got like massive character development with everybody. And we got the classic hero's journey where he fails to a point of rock bottom and he has to build himself back up and get back in the ring, so to speak.
Maybe I'm just a simpleton. I just thought that's what this one was going to be. So it's
I
what I
know.
wanted out of it.
I thought it was going to be that too, but I didn't find myself wanting like that. I have never been so intrigued watching a man punch a punching bag. Like, holy shit, that sequence was incredible. With the guy on the drums and like he's punching the bag to the drums. Dude.
It was incredible until it just kept going.
One of the best training montages, and it was very simple. And I don't like montages. Let me get into my actual review and just glaze this movie real quick. It's a perfect action film. Written and directed and produced and acted wonderfully. It had an incredible story fueled by revenge, passion, fighting worthy causes, bringing down essentially systematic evil. It felt like I was watching this legend of the Monkey Man be born.
Yeah.
Yeah, the legend exists in their culture already, but it's almost like we were watching a new legend being written in history. The thematic elements in this movie are crazy. There's political tyranny, there's religious tyranny, and how the two work together as they often do. The oppression of trans people and the LGBTQ plus community, that was unexpected in this movie.
Yeah.
And it was handled so well and so amazingly. Just overall, the treatment of the lower class, not to mention sex work and sex trafficking, that was thrown in there too. There were so many elements working together to just flesh out the mythology of this movie, and I loved it.
I like it a lot.
I was just in it. Every moment I was in it. The choreography was beautiful. According to Brody, the choreography you could see was beautiful.
I agree with that.
I think it was meticulously, beautifully crafted. There were so many nice shots, and the camera work was really nice. You have a problem with the editing. I didn't. I thought some of the editing was incredible. There were match cuts. You know, there was a part where he was screaming, and then a cut to the storybook where the character was screaming, and it was perfectly cut.
Everything you're saying makes me feel or sound like I'm a less educated person for not liking this movie.
Oh my God.
A little bit. And that's okay.
No.
'Cause I don't see that as the case.
I am smart. Este Marchi.
The blindsidedness of you watching this movie was the fact that the trailer promised something and then you expected that something and you didn't get it. In the trailer, at the beginning of the trailer, he goes up to the bad guy and he says, "Remember me?" And the bad guy kicks his ass. And he fails. And then later on in the trailer, he gets back to the bad guy. He says, "Remember me now?" And I thought that was so dope. I thought that was like the best bookend to a story where he fails and he comes back. But they didn't put that in the movie.
Oh.
He didn't say those words once.
No, he did not.
I was so looking forward to that, man. Oh, man, I was so looking forward to that. Anyway, not a fault on the movie. The one thing story-wise that I wanted was, and I can't get into spoilers, but I wanted some resolution or apology forgiveness sequence with his little friend that limps. I forget his name.
Oh, okay.
I wanted something because that was just left in the dust.
Eat my dust, Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
And I didn't really like that. I said it was a perfect action film. Obviously, my rating is going to go against that. I give this a 9 out of 10.
Oh, man. Maybe I do need to watch it again, knowing what I know now.
Some of the violence was violent.
Oh, yeah. Loved a lot of it. Loved a lot of it.
That's our review of Monkey Man. Have you out there in the universe, have you seen Monkey Man? If you have, let us know in the comment section below. Let us know what movie you remember Dev Patel from. Dev Patel from. Let us know what you remember Dev Patel being famous for before he is now probably going to blow up from this movie. So
Probably, man. Probably.
next week, we're going to review a little movie called Snack Shack. It's not very well known. I don't think it went to any theaters, at least wide release. Where's it streaming?
I don't know.
Okay. Well,
Summer in 1991.
you sold me. Said a movie in the 90s, and I'm good. I'm good.
Bombada skings got a boosh.
Yup. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, subscribe to the channel. Actually, click the like button, because that helps us out a lot. And keep watching movies. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Nadine finally gets the attention of the boy she has a crush on.